Yes, guys, what's going on? So, Keith one time Thurman, Danny Swift, Garcia. Keith Thurman pulls out the victory. I'm happy with that, very happy with that. Um, Now, look, we've just come off a fight with Hay and Bellew, right? And this fight did definitely not live up to that hype of Hay Bellew. Porter versus Thurman was a better fight. This was a technical boxing match. Now, when you sit down, right, and watch fights with several people, okay, you have a range of scoring, okay, and everybody's like, who you got up, who you got up, who you got up. Now, when we were sat watching this fight, okay, I was scoring the fight round by round, okay, and I thought Danny Garcia bagged the first two rounds. I thought round 3 and 4, roundabout something between them, somewhere around about there, I thought he bagged. And then there was a few toss-up rounds somewhere, and then Danny Garcia won a few clean rounds. He was the aggressor. Now, let me explain something. Do I think Thurman won this fight? I don't mind. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how I scored this. I picked Danny Garcia to win the fight, right? And I'm telling you because I score neutrally. I really do score neutrally. When I scored Garcia versus Herrera, I scored it for Garcia. Okay? When I scored Garcia versus Peterson, I scored it for Peterson. This fight, I scored it a draw. Okay? That's my scoring. Now, you've got to understand with Danny Garcia, right? With this, we're talking about the split decision, right? With just listen to what I'm saying to you. With Danny Garcia, with his fighting style, people don't understand how you score boxing. Okay? It's not just punches landed. You've got to understand that it's very easy, right, to see flash punches. I think that's all that matters. That's not all that matters. What matters is who's got effective aggression. Who's got effective aggression? First of all, Danny Garcia threw, I'd say, around 3 till 12. Danny Garcia was on the front foot. Thurman was on the back foot. Okay, that's first off. Secondly, okay, Danny Garcia showed excellent defense in the fight. He got clipped at times, but for the majority of the fight, he showed brilliant defense. He was using shoulder roll, he was parrying nicely, and he had very good defense. Okay? That also wins you rounds. In addition to that, right? Danny Garcia, he was landing a lot of jabs and he was coming forward with the right. Now, let me explain something. When you move a lot, these US judges don't like that. I've seen that in fights, they don't like it. Okay? People shout robbery, 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 robbery. One judge had it 115, 113 to Thurman. One judge had it 115, 113 to Garcia. And the other one had it wide to Garcia. You've got to understand that in these fights, right? You've got to understand judging and scoring, right? In a fight, one judge might like something, right? And they can score it. And you might be like that judge and score it very wide, right? For a Keith Thurman win. Or you can be like the other judge and score it very, very close in favour of Danny Garcia. Because there were certain rounds Thurman won by a mile. You've got to understand, boxing is got round by round. With this fight, personally I had it a draw. The judges got it a win for Keith Thurman. I'm not going to complain. I picked Danny Swift Garcia to win this fight. Okay? Let's go through things that happened in this fight, what I predicted before. I said Danny Garcia is going to have the better jab. He had the better jab. Okay, there was a few things which I said, it was my 2 keys to victory videos, yeah? I said Danny Garcia's going to have a better jab. He had the better jab. Okay, and I said he's going to have to use his jab. I said Danny Garcia's going to have to be on the back foot. He didn't. He went on the front foot, right? That caused him an issue. The other thing what I said, right, is that Keith Thurman, okay, he's going to have to throw his punches and get out quick. Not throw too many flashy combinations. He needs to pot shot. That is what Thurman did. He pot shot. He got out of there quick. And I think that Thurman, right, because he won this fight, okay, I'm saying that's what won him the fight. He got in. He got out quick. But more than Thurman winning the fight, let me tell you something which you can't gauge until the fight's happened, right? That's punching power. In my opinion, Danny Garcia does not have 147 punching power. Thurman has some crazy punching power. He definitely has that power. In that first round, when Garcia felt that punching power, after that, Danny Garcia's activity was nil. He didn't fight like a champion. He didn't battle like a champion. And I don't think at no point in the fight did I see Garcia go for it. Now, I said to you, right, that with Danny Garcia, after the fight against when I saw the fight against Paul Manaji, I told you he's not going to struggle like he did with Peterson. Them days are gone, and I don't think he did struggle like he did against Peterson. This wasn't that sort of fight. This was a close fight. I think it was a lot better than the Peterson fight for Garcia. Just so happens that I think Thurman's power really shook Danny Garcia to his core, and he didn't want any of that. I'm happy for Keith Thurman because I think that it's better for boxing that Keith Thurman wins. I actually wanted Keith Thurman to win this fight, but my boxing brain was telling me Danny Garcia is the better boxer. Go for Danny. Do I feel like Danny Garcia is a better boxer now? I do. I do think Garcia was the better boxer in there, but I just think that Keith Thurman's power and being at 147 pounds, I think that that's what won him the fight. I was convinced, right, going into this fight, that Danny Garcia, doing the weights, doing the strength and conditioning that he's been doing, is going to have an effect, and his punching power has increased. But we've seen in this fight that at no point did I see Thurman significantly hurt. Garcia should have gone to the body a little bit more. I'm a bit upset with Angel because I don't think Angel really did his job. I think Garcia needed a bit of shaking up and telling that, look, you need to really get a hold of this fight. And in the last rounds, I don't think he went for it. He only went for it in the 12th round. Had he done that in rounds, and I give him rounds 11 and 12, but had he done this in round 10, and round 9, had he done it at that point, he could have won the fight, but he didn't. Great fight from Thurman, and this is the other thing, Thurman's improved, okay? And it's scary because Thurman's a very good fighter and he's improving fight by fight by fight, okay? I don't personally think the Porter fight was close. I think Thurman bagged that fight easy, to be fair. It wasn't easy, but he definitely bagged that fight clean. I think that this fight was one of them. Whenever Danny Garcia fights, right, there's always something with the scoring. There's always, and you know what it is? He's fighting with the PBC fighters. The judges aren't paid out. There's not robberies involved here because these are PBC fighters. This was a split decision. Peterson was a close fight. Herrera was a close fight. Garcia's had so many close fights. You've got to understand that when Garcia fights, his fighting style, he's got good defense, which scores points. He lands power punches more than he lands a jab usually. Not in this fight, but this fight, his jab was key for him. But you got to understand that when Garcia fights, you got to know how to score in boxing, and I'm happy if you scored it for them because, for me, I think Thurman. To be fair, I think Thurman deserved the win there more than Garcia deserved it. I don't think Danny Garcia deserved the win there. Not the way he was, like, he didn't go for it. He really didn't go for it. Thurman fought like a champion. He looked better. He had better footwork, and I liked it. And I think Thurman won the fight. If you have to give it to one of them, but look, leave your comment section below. Please make sure you subscribe. Keith Thurman's now the man to beat. Okay, he definitely is. He's got 2 titles, and he's the guy to beat. He's got the personality, he's got the charisma. After that fight, am I convinced that Errol Spencer's going to beat him? No, I'm not. I think right now, with the welterweight division, everything's a toss-up, and it's going to be very difficult to say who's going to really take over the welterweight division. I really do. I think it's going to be very difficult to say who's going to take over the welterweight division. There is no guarantee Errol Spence beats Thurman because Thurman's dangerous. He looks very good. He's improving. That's the thing. Thurman is improving. Okay? I think had Garcia faced Thurman 2 fights ago, I think of that showing, for me, Garcia would have done it. But look, as of right now, Thurman's the top dog in the division, and Garcia, he's shown limitations. I think that the Garcia will get beat again. I think he's a good fighter, but he's not 147. That's his problem. He's a 140 fighter. He didn't have the power here today. We never really got to see a clean chance of his, because I've been hearing about his weight, him doing weight training, strength and conditioning, and him being a bigger puncher, but off that showing, he didn't have the power. Had he had the power like he had at 140, he's a good fighter, but he ain't got it at 147. That's the bottom line. I'm really happy Keith Thurman won this fight. I'm going to take my prediction on the chin. That's fine. I'll pick Danny Garcia. I'll take the heat. That's fine. It's been a very interesting weekend of boxing. David Haye, Tony Bellew was unbelievable. I think back to the drawing board for Danny, and I'm not convinced. I think he needs to stack some size on, because I don't think he needs to do something about that punching power, because that 147 punching power, it's not there for him. It's not there for him, and that's what I really feel. If you had to put it down to something, I think it's the punching power that lost in the fight, and I think it's what won it for Thurman. Thurman's a good boxer, not the best boxer. I still don't think he's a very good boxer. but I think his power is wow. When he rocked Garcia in that first round, that was some serious wow. But Garcia didn't go down though. He didn't go down. I told you he ain't gonna go down. Granite chin. Comment section below, subscribe as always. Be Real TV in a bit, guys.